In today's quick-fire tutorial video, I've got some golden rules for you to remember and also to apply to your graphic designs. They're all based around typography, sizing and layout, and also there is a quiz at the very end so you can test your knowledge on today's video. The first golden rule is really crucial when regarding main body text for print, and that is that typography should be between 10 and 12 points in size. But also for the web, 15 to 25 pixels is the ideal size. The general rule for print is never to go below 9 points. However, I personally have made business cards that have been as small as 7 points. It really does depend on your design, and of course testing the print afterwards to see if it's legible. But yeah, for main body text on say a magazine, 10 to 12 points is the ideal size. Now moving on to line spacing, which is also known as leading. This is the space between each baseline, i.e. the invisible line the text sits on. And it's suggested that this space should be from 120 to 145% of the text size. So as a quick example, if you have text that is 10 points in size, the leading should be between 12 and 14.5 points. Now if your line spacing is too cramped, then the text is not only going to look undesirable, but the viewer might not even be able to read it. Something else that can determine if your body text is legible or not is the tracking that you use. Do make sure to take a step back from your design and see if the tracking on your text is too small, and thus the lettering is tightly packed together. Also, you might have used too much tracking and increased it too much, which also isn't a good look for your text. Now another figure or number that you do need to keep in mind for a general kind of rule is for how many characters are on a line of text. And the number given is 45 to 90 characters, which does include spacing as well. But again, you might have a magazine layout with like 3 columns on one page, and so obviously this rule is not going to apply here. But just keep in mind the 45 to 90 characters number as a kind of general rule. Now here is a handy rule for you to keep in mind for magazines and also website design, or just web-based editorial designs. The primary heading on your design is advised at being 180 to 200% the size of the main body text. And then any kind of secondary headings can be set at 130 to 150% of the main body text. Just remember guys, there's always going to be exceptions to every single rule out there, but these are just handy golden rules to keep in mind. So when writing out huge reams of main body text, sometimes it is tempting to allow a word to cross over to the next line, split in half with a dash or a hyphen. Now in the world of editorial design, this is a big no-no, and it shouldn't be part of your workflow. It looks untidy and just unprofessional in general, and it breaks up the reading experience for the viewer in a kind of disjointed manner. Now another golden rule that is somewhat of an aesthetic approach is that there are very few situations where you're going to want to align the text centrally speaking. When in doubt, just align your text to the left-hand side for an efficient and a tidy appearance. Now the main golden rule that you do need to take away from in today's video is that you absolutely need to test print everything before printing out huge quantities of copies, and that is before you send the final designs to a client. Many designers out there really wish they would have test printed their designs in some situations. Now according to today's video, which one of these values is not suitable for the size of main body text on a print-ready magazine? Main body text should be 10 to 12 points, so 9.5 points is the odd one out. What is leading also known as in this video and also within the graphic design industry as a whole? Leading is also known as line spacing. Now, what is the suggested amount of characters to use on a line of text, including the spaces? The answer here is 45 to 90 characters. Now, in a website design, what size should the primary heading be in comparison to the body text? That is 180 to 200%. Now, at the end of the video, what tip did I suggest is the most important thing to keep in mind when regarding your typography when printing? And that was, of course, to test print, which you do need to do all of the time. So yeah, today's video was a really quick, rapid fire kind of tips-based tutorial. And if you want to keep learning essential skills for your graphic design career, do subscribe to my channel for weekly graphic design content. Like and share my videos on social media if you want to help out Satori Graphics. And of course, don't forget to have a great day, and until next time, design your future today. Peace.